Day 1 of my Disneyland trip with the Disney Parks UK team. The first ever D23 day at Disneyland, so I headed into the park super early. Had a photo with some special friends and then I just had a quick look around the stores. I only actually popped in because they had some exclusive hat ears and I really wanted a pair. Then we headed over to our reservation, which was at the Storyteller's Cafe, which is a character breakfast. It is inside the Grand Californian Hotel. They had so many foods to choose from and I do have another vlog coming on that soon. After breakfast, we headed into the park and the Disney Parks team brought us all a lovely pair of ears. I chose the American Disney ones. Definitely manifesting a Walt Disney World trip one day. And then we headed over to Jungle Cruise and this was such a good ride. It was so cute, so many things to see. And it was just nice to be out of the heat for a while. It was so hot this day. And then when we got off, the team was waiting with a Dole Whip. And it was my first ever Dole Whip and I loved it. Next up, we headed on the Indiana Jones ride. This was so funny. We was all laughing so much. It really throws you around. And then we went over to Pirates of the Caribbean. It is very similar to the Disneyland Paris one, but there's not as many drops, but it's still really fun. And then we did the Haunted Mansion, which currently has the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay, and it was so good. My favourite ride is always Big Thunder Mountain, but I must say the Disneyland Paris one is a lot faster and I also think it's a lot longer as well. It was really fun doing the rides together as a group and seeing everyone else having fun and screaming, of course. Here's the back of the castle and then we just headed over to some of the classic rides like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Mr. Toad and then Peter Pan's Flight as well. We were lucky enough to have VIP guides, so instead of queuing, you would go through the lightning lane and get onto the rides more or less straight away. We did Alice in Wonderland's ride, but I forgot to film it. Anyway, we then headed over to Galaxy's Edge, and I'm not a Star Wars fan. I say that, but I've never actually watched any Star Wars movies. But this area was insane. Here I am with the group, we got some food, and I absolutely loved this ride. Our next reservation was for Ogre's Cantina, I think that's how you pronounce it. And it's a bar and there are so many drinks to choose from. We all had 2 each. Here I am, loving life. It really did not feel real being here at Disneyland and seeing the OG castle. We then stopped for the parade, which I absolutely loved. It's the best parade I've ever seen. All of the floats were so detailed. By now we are all very tired, so we headed back to the hotel. On the way out, I just had a little look around, took some cute photos, got a frozen lemonade, and then had a nose around World of Disney. I headed back to my room to freshen up. I finally caught the monorail going past, and then we got ready and went to Napa Rose for our evening meal. I had a steak and it was really, really good. Highly recommend. Come back for day 2.